Hello teachers, today we are going to explore a new topic and it's called carousel brainstorming. Maybe some of you already applying this before in your class, maybe some of you doesn't. So today, what is carousel brainstorming about? We're gonna learn more about it. Okay, so carousel brainstorming, it's a small groups of students rotate around the room. So students will be put it in group and they're gonna work together and they're going to sharing and recording response to the topic written on posters. So each of the group will be given a topic and they're going to brainstorm ideas as many as possible that are related to. Okay, also here you can see on the picture how is the carousel brainstorming will be applied. So student will be moving around to each of the topic of stations and then the students will finally get back to their original positions. Now, here, when you might use this practice, this practice as a warm up to activate students' prior knowledge before studying a new topic. And also, you can use as a follow up for students to review what they've learned about the topic and to assess a class overall knowledge or gaps in understanding about the topic. And of course, in class, to making the student more actively participate, this technique it's really helpful, so to give all the students a chance to move and actively participate, and of course to foster a positive classroom climate by cultivating interaction in small groups. So when we are applying this technique, what is the materials are required? Here I provide one sheet of paper of poster or flip charts, paper per group of 3 to 5 students, but the sum of the student in a group you can adjust with your class, of course. So each of the group will be giving the different topic written on the top of the poster. For example, here you can use the topic that will be studied or the topic that under review. And the second materials, it's one marker per group and each a different color. So the different colors just to distinguish, okay, each of the group ideas that they already brainstormed before. So what is the learning objective? By applying the causal brainstorming. So student will be working in small group, 3 to 5 students, and as I mentioned before, students, some of the student in the groups you can adjust with your class, like some of the student in your class or the topics that are going to review or study. Okay, so they're gonna work in small groups, so they're gonna brainstorm the idea and respond to the different topic are given, and they're going to read and reflect on ideas that other groups have been recorded before, and they communicate their group's ideas by writing them on a shared poster. And at the end of this activity, student will be discussed of the response as a class. Okay, so how is gonna be implemented in our classroom? So this is the implementations. First, we are going to give general instructions for completing the carousel brainstorming to the class. Okay, make sure the students understanding the process of implementation first. So we are going to giving the general instructions. The second thing is we are going to separate the class into equal groups based on the or topic, and we are going to distribute marker to each group. And the groups brainstorms ideas as many responses as possible each of the station or topic. Okay, so the topic is already given to the students before and they're gonna think about it in a groups and they're write it as many as possible when they are get to the topic of the stations. Okay, now here each group move to the station of topic that have been put by the teacher in class, and group will be write down as many as possible of idea of the topic. And the 5 steps here to encourage creativity and open thinking within a group, we are going to accept all ideas without evaluating their accuracy or relative importance. So I think this is really important for students, yeah, so they can more and more brainstorms ideas in classroom that are maybe related to the topic, maybe not yet, but we're gonna see later when we are going to discuss as a whole class after of the process of implementing the carousel brainstorming. Okay, Now, the six steps after a certain time has elapsed. For example, we are given to the students 2 minutes per stations. So group move to the next stations or in a clockwise pattern or maybe the opposite. Okay. And during each round of the carousel brainstorm, new ideas are added to expand the information base. And when group rotate back to their original positions, okay, the data is collected and summarize the list of idea in a group. Okay, and after here each group spoken person summarize the list of idea to the whole class. Okay, so after all of the after all of the group summarize the informations, so the group will be choose one person to be a spoken person to represent the group, and they're gonna communicate, okay, what is the ideas that have been written on their topic in a whole class. Okay, so this is like the review moment to the whole topic. And then the last thing, if student maintaining a notebook, okay, have them write a summary reflections that capture the essence of what they discovered during the carousel brainstorm. Okay, so all of the students will participate and put their thoughts on. So there gonna be a lot of lists that related to the topic. So if they found something that really important, they can make it and put it on the notes. Okay, now here, what is the self-competencies built in student when the carousel brainstorming technique is applied in a classroom? The first is social awareness. So when they're working together, they're gonna learn about the social awareness each of the person in group, and relationship skills because they're working together also, and the collaborative skills. Okay, yeah. So this is about the carousel brainstorming. The topic of carousel brainstorming, it's more fun and enjoyable when we are going to practice in our classroom. Okay, so teachers, just make our class more fun and more enjoyable to learning. Thank you.